Hello everyone! I'm going to try something new this time around, and make a season announcement in form of a video. Mainly because it would be easier to watch a video rather than to read a wall of text, especially for newcomers. This video will help explain all the rules and gimmicks coming in Season 6 of Triad SMP. It's also made with newcomers in mind, but I encourage you to watch it all anyway, since almost no rule or gimmick was left untouched. So, what is the server all about? Triad SMP is a vanilla survival mode Minecraft server that I host for a season or two every year. Each season lasts around 2 months, give or take, and comes with a brand new world and gimmicks. Gimmicks include special rules or mechanics that alter the gameplay in some way, typically being more social or player-focused. Gimmicks from previous seasons can often return as well. There's also a few rules that apply every season, such as the teams, which I've dedicated an entire section to. But there's quite a few smaller ones which I'll explain in the next section. The 3 highlights of the season are Teams, the classic, Lives, a returning gimmick from Season 4 with some major reworks, and weekly competitions, which help to tie the former two together. So let's start with the general rules. The world is limited to a 6000 by 6000 area, which is equal to around 3 by 3 full-scale maps. The season is expected to last for 50 days, or just about 7 weeks, and we're gonna play on the version 1.21.4. As a bit of a balancing act to discourage rushing through the game, the Nether and the End will not be accessible at the start of the season. They will be unlocked at the start of weeks 2 and 5 respectively though. A world generation data pack, called Continents, will be used. It makes the world more fractured, so more islands and less huge land masses. That combined with the Deeper Oceans data pack is gonna make the world more oceanic, which I think could be quite interesting and fun. Other additions include experiments from the vanilla game, villager trading rebalance, and the minecart buff. The former makes the villagers' enchanting book trades biome dependent. The latter makes minecarts a more viable method of transportation, and gives me control over the maximum speed, which will be set to 32 blocks per second, which is 4 times faster than the default. Let's start with the signature gimmick of Triad SMP, Teams. All the participants are divided into 3 teams, each one corresponding to a color, hence the name of the server, a Triad of Colors. The main goal of teams is to make survival easier, more fun, and to unite players. Each team also needs to establish a base, which can be anywhere in the world, as long as it's far enough from spawn and other teams. The teams used to have leaders, but taking the feedback into account, this idea will now be retired and replaced with team representatives instead, reps for short. Team reps are elected before the seasons start. Their main responsibilities include reporting players who have broken the rules, and relaying any questions their teammates may have about the server. Reps are not leaders, so they're not responsible for directing and moderating their teammates. Teams have pre-chosen themes, which serve as an inspiration or guidelines for building and general gameplay. So this season we'll have the following teams: Team Fire, represented by the color red, Team Earth by green, and finally Team Water by blue. Those pre-chosen themes were left open-ended on purpose, as to not be too limiting while having enough to go off, hopefully. Team distribution will also be reworked this time around to be more random, to hopefully avoid social bubbles, which make it harder for newcomers to integrate. Each week a competition will be held for the duration of that week. Competitions are challenges that all teams participate in against each other, to be the first or the best to do a certain task, be it building, collecting, or something else entirely. These challenges are specifically designed for groups of players, but they're not impossible to complete alone either. They're meant to encourage teamwork and give players something new to do each week. Each competition's winning team will receive a trophy, as well as a victory point. At the end of the season, the team with the most victory points will be considered the season's winner. Team representatives will be responsible for reporting progress on the challenges, such as their completion, location, and any other relevant information. A returning gimmick from Season 4 is the limited life system. This mechanic is kinda like hardcore Minecraft, but a lot more forgiving. Every player starts with a set amount of lives. On death, a life is removed from the counter. Once it reaches 0, you're dead, and put on the spectator mode until revived. Lives can be given away to other players via command, and replenished by crafting and eating a special life fruit. As losing lives is already punishing enough, your inventory won't be dropped on death. Lives can also be refunded in case of unfair deaths, deaths caused by technical or external factors such as server lag and such. And every player will also have a 1-hour grace period after joining the server for the first time, where lives lost for any reason can be refunded. To issue a refund, just report it to me. Unlike in Season 4, the players can be brought back from 0 lives. Hopefully that will make it less punishing. I know that having limited lives may sound daunting for some players, but I encourage you to give it a chance, especially with the new mentioned changes. Back in Season 4, many players, including casual players, enjoyed this aspect, as every life becomes a lot more valuable. This season, building on the previous ones, the spawn area will double as both a community hub and the location for the finale ceremony that takes place at the end of the season. The community hub will be a team-neutral zone, where community buildings such as shops, minigames, or postal offices can be created. This will be more convenient for all team interactions, and also create a much livelier atmosphere for the ending ceremony stage. This season I'm gonna be introducing 2 social data packs that I made, Ultimate Roleplay Kit hats and Mail. First one of those is a data pack that adds a ton of cosmetic hats. Those hats can be purchased from the Wandering Trader. There's a total of 22 hats, and many of them can also be dyed, just like leather armor. The second one of those introduces envelopes and postal boxes, those being writable books and bundles in disguise. You can put either of those along with the relevant material into a smithing table to give them a cover. Aside from the cover, you can also add stamps via a similar process. The first mod we'll take a look at is Simple Voice Chat, which adds proximity chat to the server. Even if you don't intend to speak, you'll still need it to hear other players, and there's always an option to mute if you want to. Optimization mods should also be installed. As a baseline, I highly recommend Sodium, but feel free to add other ones if you'd like. And another recommendation of mine, Resource Packs Cached. A simple mod that removes an annoying loading screen whenever you join a server with the custom resource pack, which the raid includes. All the modes and data packs will be linked in the description and mentioned in the important stuff channel on Discord, so don't forget to check those out. Well, I suppose that covers it all. Thanks everyone for watching, and if you have any questions left, feel free to ask in the Discord server. See y'all in the game, and goodbye!